Hi guys. So I'm super fired up. I wanted to do this quick Facebook Live and I was going to do it at home, but I have to run errands. So I thought I would just visit with you while I'm driving. And so, all right. So I'm super fired up to tell you and share with you guys a couple things. I titled this, What to Do to Get Well Before You Do Anything Else. I'm looking for sunglasses. I don't think I have any in here. Anyway, I wanted to do this quick live to talk to you about people that really, truly want wellness, that want to be healthy and whole and healed. And I always think for me in my life, the first line of defense is prayer. Make no mistake. But then I also know that prayer without works is dead, as it says in the word. So I know you have to do something. It's literally the biblical law of sowing and reaping to get well. So I'm going to teach you something very quickly that you guys can do today. You can start this today and see if it doesn't turn your health around. Let's say you're in a health crisis right now. Let's say currently you're struggling with, maybe you're just overweight and you're sick of it. You're sick of your body getting bigger, your clothes getting tighter. You're sick of your lethargy. You're sick of not sleeping well. You're sick of just like blood pressure being high, cholesterol being high. You're tired of all this stuff. Now, before you run into your doctor to get a pill, I'm going to tell you, I respect and honor doctors, but I'm going to tell you they're not going to give you the solution for health. They just aren't. They're going to mask the symptoms of what you have going on. And like I said yesterday, a lot of people have these Band-Aids on these wounds, and now the blood is gushing out from underneath the Band-Aids because the medication is simply not working, because we need a lifestyle change because we live in such a toxic environment with everything from the 5G to too much sugar to the chemicals being sprayed on all of our foods. We could go on and on. I'm not going to talk about all that negative today. I'm going to talk about the positive on what you can do to restore your health today. All right. You're going to want to share this with somebody who's been hurting, somebody who needs a solution to a health crisis. If you find any value in what I'm teaching today, please go ahead and share, hit the share button. So the first thing that you need to do, and I promise you, if you do these things that I'm telling you, they're so easy, they're so affordable. I mean, did I mention the word easy? Because I think people can stick with easy long term. And that's why people are so addicted to taking pills from their doctor, because it really doesn't allow them to have to, or even empower them to have to do anything different. They just are taking a pill and waiting for the ill to go away. And the truth is their ills are getting worse and their numbers are getting worse. And so I'm going to tell you 3 things that will radically change your life. And this is not me just hoping this works for you. This is from me being in this grind for 22 years. I mean, I like I tell people, it's not that I am so brilliant. I probably just read more than any human being I know. Scott says I'm addicted to reading, and I am. So I read, I educate, I read, I educate. And many times I read, apply, and then I educate. I read, apply, educate, read, apply, educate. Because I think so many people are so busy, they don't have time to do the research. Allow me to be your research hound, because I love it. Some people hate doing that. I love it. So here's the things that you need to do today. And this is all science-based. This is all science-based. This is not something that I'm saying, oh, keep your fingers crossed. Maybe this will work for you. It works for some people. This is going to work for every single one of you watching this. Every single one of you that is watching this today that is struggling with a health crisis. Maybe it's diabetes. Maybe it's like you're getting forgetful. Maybe you just feel anxious all the time. Maybe you're gaining weight and your waistline just keeps growing and you're tired of it because you feel like your hormones are super out of control. I don't know. Everybody's got something is what I've realized. So this is for everybody. This is something that I do with myself. This is something that I do with my kids. This is something that I do with my aging parents. My dad's nearly 80. Mom's early 70s. This is something that I apply to everybody that I love and care about. And I love and care about you. And I'm so upset with the way the media handles healthcare. It actually just pisses me off because it's just a pack of lies. You know what I mean? On the media, when they're telling you things like corn oil are good for you and crap like that, it's not. But I'm going to get to what's going to work for every one of you. Okay, you guys ready? If you got a piece of paper, take notes. I was going to do this on a dry erase board, but then I had to run errands, so I can't do that. But I'm going to teach you the 3 things you need to start today. Actually, we'll go with 4. maybe 5, but two are just a given. Number 1 is just drink water. Drink a hell of a lot more water than you're drinking. That's just easy. It's free. It's affordable. If you can drink spring water or reverse osmosis, I would tell you to go with that, because those are not going to have all of the chlorine and all the chemicals that's in typical tap water. Most of our tap water actually in most cities is pretty toxic. When they test it and you get the labs for it, and this is stuff you guys can go all research. This is not something I'm making up. Go talk to your local water, organization, commission, water station where they're controlling your water. Ask to see the labs and the reports of the water. You'll see it for yourself. It's pretty scary to think what we drink and we bathe in every day. So number 1 is just drink more water. That's easy. Number 2 is do exercise. Get moving. Respirations increasing are going to increase the amount of toxins leaving your body. People that don't exercise are toxic, and they will end up with things like Parkinson's, dementia, and so much more, because the number 1 way our body reduces toxins is through breath. 70% of our breath is releasing toxins. 70% of the toxins in our body that come out are not coming out even through your pee and your poop, which we think they're coming out through your breath. So you got to get panting. You got to get breathing heavy every day. And I don't know how to do that outside of exercise, unless you guys are having a lot of sex or something like that. But if you're not, you're going to need to be exercising every single day. And maybe that was TMI for some of you, but whatever, onward and upward. So get breathing, because that's exercise. I do free workouts for everybody every single day. See, the cost of healthcare for me to get you guys well is free. Like, I just want to give away all this stuff that I've learned over the years for free. So 70% of the toxins are released through your breath, 20% through your sweating, and 10% through your stools and your urine. And that is a fact, my friends. That is how you're getting rid of a lot of the toxins in your body. So if you're not sweating and breathing heavy, like, I'm not sure how you're getting rid of these toxins. So you need to exercise. I say 25 minutes a day. We do the 5 and 25, but you can do whatever you need to do to exercise. So number 1 is drink water. Number 2 is exercise. Number 3, are you ready for this? You're going to want to share with this. Please do this before you go get on all the drugs. Please do this before you go get highly medicated, because for every medication you're on, there's 1 to 3 side effects. And some of those medications are not 1 to 3 side effects. There's 3 to 7 side effects. Okay? Now in the pharmacy world, they call it polypharmacy. Doctors don't even know what's going to happen to you if you are on 5 or more medications at a time. They don't even know how it's chemically reacting inside of your body. True story. It's called polypharmacy. It's a real crisis that they're having because people are so freaking highly medicated. I'm here to tell you today, you're going to take back your power by believing you can. You've given your power away to your doctor, and that's enough of that business. I'm here to tell you that your doctor is not your biggest health advocate. You are. And so if you grab hold of the reins, you can get yourself well. Now listen, I talked about water. I talked about exercise. Those are crucial. Okay. Number 3, this is so important. This is actually my number 1. In addition to water and exercise, I need you to eat PFC. I need you to do this. I don't want you to do another intermittent fasting, keto, all these, it's like these people get on these gangs where they're so proud of doing what they're doing. And then guess what happens? Nobody can live those lifestyles long term. I've never met anybody who's done, I've met one person who's done intermittent fasting long term and has had success. Other than that, everybody who's done intermittent fasting is fat again. They gain more weight back than they lost. And guess what the problem is? The biggest problem that they're having is, guess what? When they lost the weight, they seemed to feel pretty good and they thought it worked. But what happened is they quit doing what they were doing to lose the weight, because nobody can do intermittent fasting long term. Nobody can do keto long term. Nobody can live on 50 grams of carbohydrates a day and think straight. Nobody can do that long term. Nobody. I don't care who you are. I've been in health for 22 years. You can talk to me. You can argue with me. I don't care. The fact is I've seen too many people that have come to my exercise class that are on keto that end up 10 minutes in sitting on the ground because they're so nauseous and lightheaded. You cannot live a vibrant, healthy, amazing, happy life eating 50 grams of carbohydrates or less a day. You just can't do it. You're just a complete ass to be around. What happens is they're living on high amounts of caffeine. People that are restricting their carbohydrates, because carbohydrates are happy in the head food, they're energy food. People that are restricting that, guess what they live on? Caffeine. They're the ones that are drinking 5 cups of coffee a day. That's why, because they're restricting the amount of carbs they're on. I'm here to tell you, and that whole coffee thing, that's a joke too. telling you that you should drink loads of coffee every day because it's healthy for you. It's terrible for you. You know what I mean? I'm not opposed to a glass in moderation here and there, but the way people are addicted to coffee, it is just a poor substitute for energy that you're not getting from the nutrition of your food. Got it? Okay, so number one is you need to eat on the PFC plate. I don't think this works. God told me about 8 years ago, you're supposed to help millions of people get well. And I just believed him. I have that childlike faith where I'm like, I believe you, Lord, just show me how to do it. So I actually created a tool to help people win because I was tired of people saying, I don't know what to buy. I'm confused. I thought I'm going to write exactly what people are supposed to eat on the plate, their portion sizes. It's like their grocery shopping. It's a tool that they can eat on, they can learn from. It's going to be all in one. And guess what? If you don't know this, the first stage of learning is visual. The first stage of learning happens with your eyes. It's not what somebody tells you, it's what you see. It's like a child. When a child sees something, that's how they learn. We're no different than children, okay? We can be told something all day long. Nothing is going to change until we see it. So it's impossible not to learn how to eat when you're eating on this thing because you're reading it every time you put a meal on the plate. Like my husband, Scott said, Scott's down about 32 pounds, 33 pounds in the last 8 weeks. The truth is, he said, Renita, you can eat healthy and not eat on the plate, but it's almost impossible to eat unhealthy on the plate. So it's going to kind of, it's not that it forces you because this is not a forced thing. You guys should want to be well. You should want to be thin. You should want to be vibrant and feeling good and sleeping good and having great energy. And if you're not, I'm sad for you. And that's why I created this tool. So we had people, it was crazy. We had people that their A1Cs are like high, and we're about to release all the findings to you guys. We've got people down 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds. We've got people CRP that literally went from over like 6 all the way down to 0.3. Like we've got people that this literally dropped their blood pressure and they've been hypertensive for 20 years. I'm not kidding. And so I can't wait to show you all this. So I don't think this tool works for some of you. It will work for every one of you. It's straight science. It's called homeostasis. It's called blood sugar stabilization. People are fat because their hormones are out of control. A major contributor to that hormone being out of control, and the hormone that we should deal with a lot, is insulin. And when you overeat or you eat too many carbohydrates at once, which is what processed food is, your blood sugar spikes, your body fires out the insulin, and our bodies get fatter and sicker. That's just the plainest way I can see it and say it. When you are doing PFC every 3, you're eating the right balance of proteins, fats, and living carbs. Now people say, living carbs, what does that mean? That means fruits and vegetables. We have the USDA and our government has unfortunately taught us that the food guide pyramid was the way to eat. And that has made us fat, sick, and nearly dead in our country because they said 8 to 11 servings of grains. You want grain brain? You want dementia? You want an autoimmune disorder? Keep freaking eating those grains and tell me where it ends up in your body. You'll be fat, sick, and nearly dead, and you won't even know what's happening because you're so asleep at the wheel in your head, okay? So the biggest thing I tell people is when you're really trying to get a hold of your hormones, get rid of wheat, get rid of dairy, and get rid of soy. Get rid of them today. And if you're saying, I can't do that, well, then stay sick. I'm here to tell you it's easy to be well. You just have to decide that you're worth it and do these easy steps. The stuff I'm telling you is not hard stuff, okay? Fighting a battle in Benghazi is hard. Living in Costa Rica and earning $400 a month for working in the heat for those families is hard. What I'm telling you to do is easy. You have to overcome it in your mind. So number 1 is drink water. Number 2 is exercise so that you get those respirations going, so you're getting rid of those toxins. Because if your toxins are not getting out, if your toxins, think about this, your crap, when you take a dump, does it smell good? No, it smells like hell. So when people tell me they have a poop once every 3 days, where do you think all that ammonia and those toxins are going? They're leaching into your brain. Do you think that's making you smarter or dumber? All that stench is making you stupid in the head. Not to mention it's just totally making your body toxic. So we need to be pooping 1 to 3 times a day, every single day. And how are you going to do that? We got a 1-pound veggie challenge going on with the PFC plate this week. I love these guys. All these people are down massive amount of, wait till you see them. They look like different human beings. They look like they got facelifts. It's crazy. And so the truth is this program works for every single person, man, woman, child, athlete, elderly person. person. I got Veronica. She's 76 years old. She goes, oh my God, I've never eaten this many vegetables in my life. Finally, at 76, I learned how to nourish my body with food. She's melted. She's melted. Her blood pressure's down. All of her numbers are down. Her waist is down like 10 inches. She's 76. This works for men, women, children, elderly, athletes. This is literally how a baby eats. PFC every 3 like a baby. Remember that? So you eat protein, fat, carbs. You do it every 3 hours. Now, some people say, I've tried that. No, don't tell me try. Trying is lying. Do. The doers are the ones that are having the success. The ones like Sherry Otto, who is down over 40 pounds now. Her goal was 48 pounds by her 48th birthday. She's down over 40 pounds now. I think she's down 41 pounds. Sherry Otto has been eating on this plate every single day. 3 to 5 times a day, and some days, once your metabolism cranks up, you can even eat 6 times a day. This is the eat yourself thin and healthy plan. This is not the starve yourself fat plan. This is not the starve your brain plan, so you shouldn't be operating a vehicle when you're on keto plan. This is not the starve yourself, I can't do a workout plan. This is eat yourself healthy plan. Eat yourself thin plan. Turn on your metabolism and max out your health plan. That's what this is. So get yourself a stack or 2 or 3 of plates. We're almost sold out of these. Once they're gone, they're gone. I don't know if we're going to do any more paper because we have a bone china coming in. But the point is if you want yourself some of these, I love them because you can take them to work with you. You can put them in your suitcase. I have it in my purse. I have it in my car. I hand it out like business cards for people. And I'm like, do this to change the course of your health. Okay, number 1 was drink water. Number 2 was exercise to breathe heavy and sweat every day. Number 3 is eat PFC every 3. If you don't know how to do it, get yourself 1, 2, 3, 10 stacks of these freaking plates. It's that easy. Read what it says on there. Read what it says on the plate. Go buy the groceries, measure your food, and do it. If you really want to lose weight, that's how it's going to happen. If you don't really want to lose weight, do another diet and get fat again. I can't help any people that say, I'm going to do this diet. I'm like, you want to be part of the gang, don't you? The gang that's on, oh, I'm doing keto. Oh, I'm doing intermittent fasting. It's like these gangs. And in the end, I see the gang members and they're all heavy again. They all gained their weight back. They feel like hell. If it works so damn well, why aren't you still doing it? Oh, that's right. You were mean and everybody couldn't stand being around you, right? So that's number 3. Number 4 is, I know exactly how the human body works. There's a reason I wear this shirt. See this shirt? It says macro, micro, phyto, endo. Macro, micro, here's, I don't even just like have to write it for you guys. I just wear it on my chest. Macro, micro, phyto, endo. This is what a cell needs to function optimally. I don't think this is what happens. I'm not guessing this is how it works. This is exactly what you need to get rid of the frickin' what you need to have optimal health and to shrink your butt and your gut. This is exactly what you need to nourish your body. Hippocrates, the founder of modern medicine, said, let thy food be thy medicine and thy medicine be thy food. We have gotten so far away of that. Like pharmacy, just pharmaceuticals. You know what I mean? 100 years ago, it was about Chinese medicine. It was about cannabis. Do you guys know, like in the late 1800s, cannabis made up 90% of all of our pharmaceuticals. 90%! You think they want to get it out of the freaking food chain? Okay, so we got macro is PFC every 3. That's eating on the plate. If you don't know how to do it, get yourself, and don't assume you know how to do it. If you have not dropped weight, your blood pressure's not down, your cholesterol, you haven't done this. Quit lying to yourself and telling yourself you did it. You never did it, my friends. Because everybody who does it, it works. It's straight science of how God, G-O-D, created our bodies. It's not something, I tried that, it didn't work. I'm like, no, you didn't. You're lying to yourself again. Get going and eat on the plate for 8 and do it consistently and persistently and watch your health get better. So the macro is PFC. The micro is your vitamins and minerals. That's why I'm radical about eating fruits and vegetables for your carbs. So when you look at this plate, it says PFC. See, the first, it says the most important, the best source. I wrote best source next to it. Guess what it says? Vegetables and fruits. If you live on proteins, fats, and vegetables and fruits, guess what's going to happen? You are energetically more ticking. Do you guys know that fruits and vegetables have an energy in them? Everything that God made has an energy in it, right? When you go to eat something that's highly processed, let's say like candy, it's been processed and heated and sugar and processed. It is so damn poisonous to our bodies. Our bodies don't even know how to react. That's why when you eat some of that sugar, you're like, you're crazy, right? I'm just super energetic because I freaking live on fruits and vegetables, lean meats, healthy nuts, olive oil, coconut oil, all the healthy things I'm supposed to be eating. That's what gives me good energy, right? The truth is, when you do protein, fat, and colorful carbs, you're going to get all the micronutrients. Micro means little amounts. That's all our trace minerals, vitamins, and minerals and trace minerals. We need just little amounts of them. It's not like macro. Macro's PFC. We need a lot of that every single day. If not, our bodies don't function right. Micro, we need little bits of them, but the truth is Americans are depleted in most of their micronutrients. That's why they can't sleep. That's why they're constipated. That's why there's anxiety. All of this stuff is happening because people are just not nourishing their bodies with micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and trace minerals. If you're eating right on the plate, you're going to get that. Okay, you guys with me? And so down here it says phyto. Phytonutrients are things that come from plant sources. An example of a phytonutrient is, guess what? A phytocannabinoid. Flax, hemp, echinacea, all the colorful fruits and vegetables, those are called phytonutrients. They get their power from the sun and the soil. Okay? Phytonutrients, and this is why I'm such a believer in cannabis, and especially Kannaway CBD. I would never tell you to take any CBD. You know, I always think about these people that own health food stores, right? They own health food stores, and I'm like, look at them. Are they really abundantly, vibrantly healthy? And if the answer is no, run like hell the other direction. Because if they really knew the secret, they would be abundantly healthy. And if they're not abundantly healthy, they're just trying to sell you something. Seek those that are getting well. Is my advice to you. Buy from those that are getting well. Buy from those that are educating themselves about holistic and really the true meaning of health. Buy from those people. Everything else is just selling a product. You know, you can buy all kinds of products. There's a lot of cannabis. There's a lot of crappy CBD in the marketplace right now. So the truth is, when you look at endo, let's go down to phyto and endo. Your endocannabinoid system is the largest self-regulatory system of the whole human body. So let me explain to you how it works. I'm going to use the example of my plate. This is a cell in my body. And don't worry, I'm not driving, I'm pulled over. This is a cell in my body. We're made up of trillions and trillions and trillions of cells, okay? The cells are in our eyes, our hair, our heart, our lungs. Everything in our body is made at a cellular level. We either live or die at a cellular level. And that's why when you investigate what does it take to have optimal cell health, it'll tell you macro, micro, phyto. And guess what? Part of that is phyto is the endocannabinoid system. So here's your cell, and let's say that you're going to eat PFC. So you're going to eat exactly what it says on this plate. You're going to do it just like it says, okay? Now you're nourishing that, and you probably have most of your micronutrients as well. But let's get down to phytonutrients. What phytonutrients do is they help with inflammation. Okay, so let's say that you have inflammation in your cell. I'm just going to rip off pieces of this plate. I hate to destroy one of my PFC plates because I pay money for these things. But the truth is let's say that your cell looks like this. It's a little beat up. And this guy is not having good cellular communication with the cell sitting next to him because he's not functioning right. See how he's all tore up? Because you abuse the hell out of yourself with too much vegetable oil, too much processed food, too much stress, too much coffee, too much sugar, all this stuff. So your cells look like complete hell. No wonder you feel like hell. Your cells are functioning like hell. That's the truth. So what happens is when you do this, you have macro, micro, phyto. The phytonutrients, what they do is they actually come in there. The phytonutrients come in there because when you consume things like flax and even omega-3 fats, let's go there for a second. Omega-3 fats, we're going to consider that one of the main nutrients our bodies need. Omega-3 fats makes up something called DHA. And what DHA, I can't put that back on there. What DHA does is DHA goes into our body, and DHA literally functions in our body to do what? DHA repairs the cell wall. It's called the myelin sheath, okay? And most people's myelin sheath is beat up like this. That's why they have autoimmune diseases. That's why they all are in pain and they're struggling and it sucks and their CRP, their cardiorespiratory protein's high. But when you put omega-3 fats, if you're eating fatty wild salmon or tuna or sardines or taking a high omega-3 supplement like Nordic Naturals, or I like Barleans as well. But if you're taking a high omega-3 supplement, it repairs that cell wall. It repairs that DHA, which is what helps your body to really heal the cell wall so that it can start communicating again. So it can be one complete thing like that, right? So what else I realize is not only do we need the DHA, because DHA is what makes up the cell wall, why people have been half dead. So I'm going to tell you, I've been doing macro, micro, phyto my whole life. Not my whole life. Let's go with 14 years. About that. 13 years maybe. 13 years I've been doing macro micro. I've been doing macro microphyto maybe 20, but really understanding PFC fully probably for the last 13. Okay. But I had an understanding of all this, but God has just continued to bring it together. For me, the missing link for me was not necessarily the macro, the micro. It was the phyto and the endo. I was eating just right. My Truett Brandon was eating just right. We were eating like this. We were taking probiotics. We were doing everything right. And guess what? Truett still had thousands of facial tics a day. I still couldn't sleep at night. Like, we were struggling. Like, our nervous systems, there was something wrong with them. And we were doing everything that I'm telling you up until this point. The missing link for us is when we started taking Kannaway CBD. And what I didn't realize, because I knew all this about the cell health, but what I didn't realize is what the endocannabinoid system does is it helps these cells. This is a cell. It helps this cell to be able to talk to the other cell. It helps the communication line. Have you ever talked to somebody and you feel like they're missing? They're not quite connected. It's not landing. It's like they're off. Like it's just not, it's like the ball is not landing in the mitt. That's how I was. I mean, I was eating good. I was doing everything I'm telling you, but my cell health I thought was pretty good. But what was happening is I was having like a cellular misfiring where my cells weren't appropriately talking nice to one another. There was not good cellular communication. I remember the very first time, I'm not kidding you about this, the very first time I put Kannaway CBD in my mouth, I literally feel my head go pop, 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 pop. I felt like there was snap, crackle, pop. Have you guys ever ate Pop Rocks? Like when you were kids? It felt like that was happening in my head. I'm not kidding about that. I looked around the room, well, probably around the world because the world came to life at that moment. But I looked around the room and my family was trying it too. And nobody was like, hey, did you hear those pops in your head? And I was like, holy cow, this literally just turned on something in my brain. No joke. And so what happened was we started giving it to Truett. We started giving it to our dog. We started giving it to our family. We have seen CBD miracles in every single member of our family. Every single member of our family. I mean, you should have seen, Truett and Bo, they were chewing their nails. I'm going to tell you what, you should see their fingernails now. You should just see them. Ask them to see their hands. I'm the mom that's always saying, now clip your freaking fingernails, because they didn't do it for so many years because they just chewed them off. Truett is like a different child in his face and his body. He had these tics where he was going 1,000 times a day. Didn't know he was doing it. Not because he was vaccinated, not because he had chemicals in his body, but because his endocannabinoid system was not appropriately talking to one another. Listen, I'm going to tell you this one more time. Cannabis made up 90% of the pharmaceutical, or the drugs, I should say, not even the pharmaceutical, the treatment modalities that they use in the late 1900s for people to get well. 90% of the things that they were giving people for healing were made of cannabis. They got rid of that out of the food supply in 1937, you guys, with the Marijuana Tax Act. No wonder our country is half dead. You have to wake up now. And maybe you need to take CBD and Kannaway CBD to wake up and come to life and turn on the lights in the house. And maybe it's sleeping better like it was for me. Like I didn't sleep good at all. I did everything right and I slept like complete hell. I woke up 5 to 7 times a night. I had anxiety at night for sure. I couldn't shut my brain off. It has drastically changed the course of our health and our life. That's why I wear it on a t-shirt every day. Macro, PFC with the PFC plates. Micro, you're going to get it when you're eating right. Phyto is going to be all your plant-based sources like your fruits, your vegetables, and of course your what? Hemp, CBD, to nourish the endocannabinoid system. And when you do this, what I have on my shirt, there's a reason I got t-shirts made, because I'm like, people just don't know. They need to wake up. They're asleep at the wheel. I am telling you, it will change the course of your health. Do what I'm telling you before you do anything else, before you run into the doctor and get on a prescription, before you run your kids into the doctor to get them on a prescription. If you follow the steps I told you from the beginning, let me review them. Number 1, drink a lot more water. I would say, sometimes we say half your body weight in ounces. That's a good start. I would say most people, an ounce per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you need 200 ounces. The next thing is exercise and breathe heavy and sweat 25 minutes a day. I've got free workouts for that if you need that. Number 3 is the PFC plate. Order yourself some plates so that you know how to eat right and you can nourish your families. This is the plan that everybody in the house can eat on. This is not the plan where the mom's eating something goofy and the kids are eating something else. My goal is to get families well. My goal is for people to #win with nutrition, right? Because it nourishes champions. That's my goal. That's why I created the plate. God gave me the vision to help millions. I'm walking it out. That's the PFC plate. The next thing I'm going to tell you is take a high quality fish oil. That's number 4. You need a high quality fish oil every day, unless, and that would be, I would say Nordic Naturals is freaking fantastic. I also really love, Barlean's. And then the last thing, the 5th thing that you need to do to really prevent disease in your body is get on Kannaway CBD. And I'm not telling you it's going to cure everything. I'm not here to say it's going to cure everything. It's a solve all. Doing all the things I just listed, all of these will literally help your body to heal. And for some people that takes a little while, and for some people that happens very quickly. And for some of you watching this, you clicked off a long time ago, and you know, you're not even you're like, it's too much work. Okay, go do another diet. Let me know when you're fatter and you're sick of that and you want to try something else that can last you the rest of your life. Because I teach people how to live right for the rest of their lives. This is a lifestyle. This is not a diet that I hope you get on and you lose 20 pounds and then you quit. This is how I hope you will learn to retrain your brain, to retrain your body, to eat right and nourish your family for the rest of your life. That's it. It's not expensive. Let's review. Water, for most people, it's free or a small minimal cost. Way less than the coffee you're drinking every day and way less than the alcohol you're consuming on the weekends, right? Number 2 in that list is what? Number 1, water. 2, exercise, free. I do free workouts every day. Number 3, PFC plate. These packets of plates online will cost you $25 a piece. Go buy them before they're sold out. Go buy them at Amazon. Go buy them at the Co-op. Go buy them at Messer Chiropractic. Go buy them at Capital City Restaurant Supply. Go buy them at Meese Physical Therapy. Go buy them at Alternative Health Solutions. Go buy yourself 1 or 2 packs of plates before they're gone. Go get them right now today because they'll be gone. They'll be gone. I'm just telling you, they'll be gone. Okay, and then you'll be saying, I wish I would have gotten that plate. I wish so too. Okay, so number 3 is that 25. Buy yourself 2 stacks. You just spent $50 on yourself. Number 4 is get yourself a high quality fish oil. If you go to Vitacost.com, Vitacost.com, you can buy high quality fish oil like Nordic Naturals for $20 a bottle. It's also at Cashwise. It's also at the Co-op. Go get yourself some fish oil. Start taking a tablespoon at night before you go to bed when your body heals and restores itself. Number 5, get on Kannaway CBD, the highest quality CBD on the planet to help all of those signals of your body to actually start communicating again. They literally say it's the lock in the key in the internal state of our body. Scientists are saying it's the lock in the key. And what that means is we've all been locked up for a long time and we didn't know what the key was, but now they've showed us that the key is CBD and how it can nourish that endocannabinoid system and literally bring the largest self-regulating system in the human body to life. The question is are you going to come alive today? And so get a hold of me, get a hold of whoever showed you this video. I can share Kannaway with you. Somebody who shared this, they probably are part of the Kannaway family. I would not trust anything else at this stage in the game, ever. We're the only company that's in the PDR. We're the only company that has licensing agreements to the United States government patent for strokes and concussions. We're the one of the very few companies that has the hemp seal of approval. You know, we're the only company that was asked to speak to the World Health Organization on CBD. And also, Dr. Titus educated the FDA. Do not trust any other CBD company at this point. I am here to tell you there are so many wishy-washy BSers in the field right now, and all they want is your money. And I would run like hell from those people. If they can't show you a COA, what stands for a Certificate of Analysis, you're with the wrong company. And if they don't show you not only the COA, what's in the soil, how much arsenic, how much lead, how much molds, how much heavy metals, because people are getting sick because they're taking cheap products that don't have any CBD in them. And worse than that, it's full of heavy metal toxins. And we reveal all that to you because we do triple lab testing and third-party lab testing. So buy the very best because you're worth it. Say it out loud. Baby, I'm worth it. All right, that's it. I hope you do this before you do anything else. If you do the things I just said to you, you'll be well beyond measure. You probably won't need your doctor. You'll be going to your doctor, telling your doctor what you're doing so that your doctor can get healthier. That's the truth. That's the truth about what I teach. I help people to empower their lives and empower themselves to take back their power by believing they can, to be their biggest health advocate, to make those necessary lifestyle changes. And you know what? Then you just go to the doctor in a crisis, like when you break your kneecap or something, which is really awesome what we need them for. Or when you get some weird, crazy bacterial infection, you should go in for that. But for everything else that where people are going in for all these metabolic syndrome conditions, I'm going to tell you, nearly all of these metabolic conditions can be completely reversed if you start doing what I just told you. All right? God bless you. Make it a great day. You are the very best. I love you. God bless you. The best is yet to come. If you learned anything from this video and you feel like it could bless anybody's health, and I just pray a shield of protection and favor around each and every one of you, that you have the power to take back your power by believing you can through the power that was left in you called the Holy Spirit. You can make these necessary changes. Don't just pray about it. Do something about it. Adios, amigos.